We are glad to welcome you to our channel. Kindly subscribe to our channel and share our videos with your friends and relations. And click on the bell icon for instant notification whenever new videos are uploaded on this channel. Rest assured that we are going to have a very exciting and inspiring discussion. Let's dive into the lesson right away. Hello friends, and welcome to English Classes Online. In today's video, we are going to look at grammar mistakes you may not know. We are going to examine some of the very common mistakes that a lot of English speakers make. This will enable you to improve on your writing and speaking of the language. As usual, I am your host, Benjamin. Let's dive in right away. We want to begin with misplaced modifiers. What exactly is a misplaced modifier? A modifier that is placed too far from the word it is meant to modify, thereby creating a confusing or unintended meaning. That is a misplaced modifier. Let's look at examples. Now, incorrect. Riding my bike, the house was visible. You see, this is a misplaced modifier because riding my bicycle is supposed to modify a given subject. But because the modifier is placed far or does not even exist, then this sentence gives the false impression that the house was riding the bike. Riding my bike, the house was visible. Now, the correct thing is, while riding my bicycle, I could see the house because it is I who is being referred to as one who saw the house, you know. Now, if you have to retain this modifier, riding my bike, I saw the house. Or while riding my bike, I could see the house. Okay? The next area in which most people make grammatical mistakes is in using what we call dangling participles. Now, a dangling participle is a participle phrase that modifies a noun or pronoun that is not clearly stated in the sentence. It resembles the misplaced modifier because the participle phrase is expected to modify a given subject. But when it is not placed close enough to the noun or pronoun it modifies, it gives room for ambiguity. For example, stepping off the bus, the cathedral came into view. Now, this implies that the cathedral stepped off the bus, which of course is impossible because the cathedral, being an inanimate object, is incapable of stepping off the bus. Okay? Now, the correct thing is to say, as I stepped off the bus, the cathedral came into view. Excuse me. Or if you have to retain this participle, you can say, stepping off the bus, I could see the cathedral. Okay, so that is exactly the way it is. Now, moving forward, we look at subject-verb agreement. What exactly is subject-verb agreement? It is, uh, ensuring that the verb in a sentence agrees with the subject in number, either singular or plural. You know, one of the rules of concord states that a singular subject requires a singular verb, while a plural subject requires a plural verb. I have uploaded a video that discusses the 25 rules of concord. So you can, if you browse through my browser, if you browse through my channel, you will find it. And by the way, if you are getting value from this video, do not forget to subscribe to this channel and make sure you click on the bell icon as well, so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be notified instantly. Like and share the video to your friends and relatives. So now let's look at examples of subject-verb agreement and the mistakes that occur in that area. For example, the players kicks the ball. You can see that this is incorrect. The reason being that players, the word players is plural. So the verb should be kick, which is a plural verb. So the correct thing is to say the players kick the ball, because the word players is a plural noun and should be used with a plural verb, kick. Okay, so let's now move on to pronoun antecedent agreement. Now, what is pronoun antecedent agreement? It is ensuring that the pronoun agrees with its antecedent, which is the noun or pronoun referred to in the sentence, and then the agreement should occur between the pronoun and its antecedent in terms of number, gender, and person. So the word antecedent is what came before. Let's look at some examples. The students submitted their assignment. Now the antecedent here is the student, the pronoun is their, and this is incorrect grammatically because the word student is singular, whereas their is plural. So it is ideal to use his or her. Okay, so the correct thing is the student submitted his assignment, or the student submitted her assignment. However, in modern times, the pronoun there, which is a plural pronoun, is increasingly being used to refer even to uh, singular antecedents, especially where the gender of that antecedent is not known. You know, for example, the student submitted, the student may be male or female, and in traditional grammar, his or her is always used, but today most dictionaries increasingly accept the use of their even for a singular antecedent, and this is uh, meant to be gender correct, you know, in most cases. So, but in terms of the rules of concord, this is grammatically incorrect because the word student is singular and should take a singular antecedent, which means the pronoun must agree with its antecedent in number and gender, and also uh, in terms of person. Okay, so let's move on, and we are going to look at comma splices. What is a comma splice? Now, a comma splice refers to incorrectly joining two independent clauses with only a comma instead of using a conjunction or a semicolon. For example, the weather was sunny. We decided to have a picnic. There is a comma after sunny. The weather was sunny, comma. We decided to have a picnic. This is a grammar error and it is called a comma splice. Now, the correct thing is to say or write, the weather was sunny, so we decided to have a picnic. So, to avoid comma splices, you need to use a conjunction such as and, but, or, or you use a semicolon to connect two clauses. When you have two independent clauses in a sentence, it is called a compound sentence. And two independent clauses, are two clauses that express two complete ideas. And if you use a comma, it is incorrect. It is a grammar mistake. Okay. Now, this brings us to apostrophe misuse. What exactly is an apostrophe? An apostrophe is a punctuation mark used to indicate possession or ownership, as you have in John's house. You see that John, there's an apostrophe before S, John's house, or my uncle's car, uncle apostrophe before S. Now, this apostrophe can also be used in contractions such as can't, which is a contraction of cannot. Now, let's look at an example of misusing the apostrophe. When you use an apostrophe for the plural of apple, which is apples, you know. Now, this apostrophe is unnecessary. It's not needed. So the correct thing is simply to add s to apple, and what you have is apples. Table, tables, you know, house, houses. You don't need to add an apostrophe. Now let's move on to parallel structure. What is a parallel structure? Now, a parallel structure means using the same pattern of words to show that two or more ideas have the same level of importance. For example, I like to hike, swimming, and to relax. This is incorrect because you can see that these three structures are not similar. Okay, the correct thing is to say I like hiking, swimming, and relaxing, or you can say I like to hike, swim, and relax. Okay, another example, she enjoys gardening, baking cookies, and to walk. You see, to walk here differs from baking and gardening. So the correct thing is to say she enjoys gardening, baking cookies, and taking walks. Okay, so this is about parallel structure, and a lot of people, make grammar mistakes in using parallel structures. Now, the last but not the least, commonly confused words. Commonly confused words are words that sound alike or look alike, in terms of uh, the spelling or the sound, whatever it is. Okay, and such words are often confuse students, especially those using spell checkers. Okay, so let's look at examples. Your, Y-O-U-R versus Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. That is you are. Now your is a possessive. Is used to indicate possession, such as your house, your car, your parents. But you are is a contraction of you are. You are. You are. Okay. You are a student of the school. You are a citizen of our country. Okay. Another example is there, Their, then there, There, and there, They apostrophe Ra. Now, there is a possessive, their house, their family, and so on. Now, there, which is There, indicates a location. For example, let's go over there. Okay. While there is a contraction of they are. For example, they are they are my siblings. They are our kinsmen. Then the next example is affect and effect. All right. Affect is usually a verb meaning to influence, while effect is usually a noun meaning a result. When something affects you, it influences you. But when something has an effect on you or an effect on you, it's talking about the result. We can talk about the effects of alcoholism, the effects of exam malpractice, all right, and so on and so forth. So this brings us to the end of this lesson. I want to thank you for being part of today's episode. If you are new to this channel and you have gotten value from this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like and share the video, and click on the bell icon as well, so that whenever I upload a new video on this channel, you will be instantly notified. Many thanks for watching today's video. A big thank you to all of you out there for being part of today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, kindly subscribe to this channel. Subscribe now as a way of giving us support. For notification about new videos, click on the bell icon. You will find the bell icon. Click on it so that whenever a new video is uploaded, you will be instantly notified. If you have actually enjoyed the video, like and share the video with your friends and relatives. This is very important. If you have any comments, leave your comments below. Any questions, any suggestions, we would gladly receive them and respond promptly and positively to them. See you in the next video. I look forward to always seeing you in the new